gang, Danielle Egnew here, just popping in for our Spirit Shots video of the week. Now, what are we talking about today? We're going to talk about how the electromagnetic net, called the mind, actually affects the ionosphere and the geomagnetic index of the Earth.
Am I even speaking English right now?
When we combine it with 7 billion other noodles. Here's what's going on. Did you know that consciousness actually has physical mass to it? This is a true deal. If it weren't true, we could not measure brainwaves. Gang, here's the thing. The Earth is a living, breathing being. We are part of that living, breathing being. When we get our thoughts into chaos and a lot of anger and a lot of unrest, and all 7 billion of us are freaking out about whatever it is we're freaking out about, we direct that magnetic energy into the Earth.
Human beings, we're transmitters.
And not only into the Earth, but it hits that upper ionosphere. So if we are in a lot of chaos in the mind, gang, that affects the Earth.
Contributing to things like earthquakes and weather patterns.
Because the upper ionosphere and the plasma within affects our upper air currents. We are not separate from the Earth. So this week's Spirit Shot is watch where the mind goes. If we really want to focus on chaos, not only is that going to bring chaos into your life, which I really don't suggest, I mean, come on, yet what it's going to do is to create a resonance that shakes apart the inner ethers of the Earth. Let's look at the dynamics of the Earth, which is a giant spinning electromagnet. The electromagnetic organ, known as the brain, and the electromagnetic organ, known as the heart, are in direct synchronization with the Earth. How do we know this? Well, the planet of Earth gives off a particular beat or resonance called the Schumann resonance. It is the heartbeat of the Earth, which roughly is about this pace, give a few beats per minute take. Now, here's what we know about the Schumann resonance. The Schumann resonance oscillates at 7.83 hertz and clocks onto the human brain. The human brain is maximized at a brain wavelength of 7.83 hertz, which means that when the brain waves are oscillating at the rate of the Schumann resonance when clocked onto Mother Earth, we are producing the most optimum brain chemicals for health and mental stability. So whenever you want to think, well, we humans have nothing to do with geothermal activity, with the weather, it's all super random, and we just happen to live here, and just our weird 7 billionness of us doing whatever it is we do doesn't affect anything. We are in the feminine time frame, gang, and what that means is accountability, as opposed to the imbalanced masculine time frame that we came out of in December of 2012. The feminine time frame asks all of us to come together and be accountable as a group, because what does the feminine do? We like to support everybody, and we like to lead from the rear. That's simply what we do, making sure that the entire group is nurtured. So, your spirit shot for this week, gang, is watch the mindfulness of this electromagnetic net. You are literally projecting energy out into Mother Earth that will affect her well-being in terms of geothermal activity as well as the weather. And you know, I know there's folks out there that like to laugh at that and go, oh my God, this quack on Facebook, this quack on YouTube actually thinks my thoughts are going to make an earthquake happen. Well, unless you're Carrie, probably not by yourself. However, all 7 billion of us, gang, become a very, very powerful component for transformation or for destruction. Look at the times we're in. Look at everything falling apart left and right, at least in terms of how we perceive it. Is it really falling apart, or do we just project that? What came first, the chicken or the egg? Gang, we live in the matrix. Watch what that electromagnetic projector is doing. We affect Mother Earth. We are part of Mother Earth. Let us ruminate on everything gorgeous and beautiful. And when somebody wants to say to you that your thoughts can't affect the Earth, remind them also that the Earth is not flat. Although that's a very difficult concept for a few people. So, you know, to each their own.